Hi, everybody. Welcome to Humanities 150. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to spend some time together synchronously or in office hours this quarter, despite the fact that we have an asynchronous class. Humanities 150, I'm curious what you all think it's about. We're going to be talking a lot about power. We're going to be talking about things like oppression. We're going to talk about resistance movements. I started off this introductory video with some music because we're also going to be talking about protest music and the role that it's played over time. Right now you're listening to Blue Scholars, which is a local group, and this is their song about the WTO protest that happened in Seattle in the 1990s. So welcome to Humanities 150, which is Introduction to Cultural Studies. And what I wanted to do in this short video is do a little screen sharing and show you some of the most important parts about Canvas that you're going to want to keep an eye on this quarter. So let's do some screen sharing. All right, so what you're seeing here is our class playlist, and I'll talk with you a little bit more about that later. Start here. We'll go to student view. So this is our course Canvas page. Everybody should already be here. You should already have access. The class has already been opened up. And then you're gonna see a series of modules. So let me talk with you about what the structure will be like throughout the quarter. My idea is to give you a consistent structure so that you don't have to worry about trying to figure that stuff out while you're moving through a pandemic, wildfires, infodemic, racism, and all these other things that folks are struggling with right now. So the first thing that you're going to notice is that there's a week 0 module, and there's a list of things in here that you're going to want to do before you even start coursework. So one of these things is to read a letter I wrote to you, just kind of giving you an overview of what's going on. So if you scroll down, you should read all of this, obviously. You should come back to it, not in this video. You're going to see a series of frequently asked questions. So I wanted to go over those really quickly, and then we'll go back to the structure of the Canvas page. And then if you have any questions, you can hit me up on Slack, which we'll talk about also in just a second. So a lot of folks are wondering what the book is for this class, and I just wanted to let you know that there is no required textbook for this class. The idea is to make things accessible for everyone financially and otherwise. So all of your readings are available online and for free. The flip side to that, though, is that you are going to have to access, since we're not together in person, you're going to have to access some streaming videos from the library and then occasionally from other streaming services like Netflix. So if you don't have the necessary subscription and you don't have a connection to someone who does, then let me know and then we'll make some other arrangements. So for example, we're going to watch a film called 13th. Can you just pretend that this typo is not there? I'll go back and fix that. But 13th is on Netflix. Vanguard of the Revolution is on Amazon streaming, which you can rent for a couple bucks, or if you really like it, you can buy it. Tough Guys 2 is available for free. It's streaming on the campus library. However, you need to make sure that your UW Net ID is active and you know what the password is and the login name. So you're going to want to make sure you have that handy. And if you don't, then you would want to get in touch with help desk or the folks at the library right away. So this is a class about power, privilege, liberation, resistance, social change, social unrest, which might seem kind of heavy given everything that's going on right now. But keep in mind that the framing for this class is that we are going to be trying to look through a lens of hope, understanding through informed knowledge, and empowerment. So we're going to try not to get stuck on panic, misery, and distress. So that's kind of my plan. So we'll see how it goes. I've constructed all of the assignments with that in mind. When is work due? Work is going to be due each Monday at noon. Generally, that's going to be your only due date throughout the week. But that does not mean you should start your homework on Tuesday. There's no way you'll be able to finish all the reading and do the assignments. So the idea is I give you one due date, and then it's up to you as college adults to try to figure out how you're going to parse out that work over the course of the week. So remember that college classes generally require 2 to 3 hours of outside work for every credit hour. So this is a 5-hour class. That means 10 to 15 hours of work in addition to our regular meetings, which would constitute 4 hours a week. So that's kind of a lot. And just to kind of give you a warning, there's going to be more reading at the front end of the class than the second half. In the second half, we'll be working more on projects. So at the beginning, we're going to be kind of trying to familiarize ourselves with the common vocabulary and with the theories of cultural studies so that you can apply them in the second half. I don't know how many of you have learned online before, taken college classes online before. It always seems like it's going to be easier. I've taken classes online too, and generally they are not easier. And that's because I am my own worst enemy. And I wonder if you all are going to be experiencing some of those challenges as well. They're harder. They're harder to manage your time when you don't have somewhere to be and you don't have a teacher reminding you twice a week what you're supposed to be doing and when you're supposed to be doing it. So there's going to be a lot of independence here. And for some of you, that's great. And for some of you, that might present a bit more of an obstacle. So I would suggest that you take a look at this Cascadia specific time management tips. This is like a tip sheet and it connects you to campus resources that you can access virtually. And then there are also these 4 workshops coming up around how to be a successful online student, managing stress and overwhelm, and time management in an online environment. Plus, there's one-on-one time management coaching. The final project for this class is going to be something called the Museum of Pop Culture, or MOPAN for short. We started this, various classes and faculty, different professors at Cascadia, put it together last academic year when COVID-19 hit, and we're keeping it going. So you can click here to look at the museum and see what it's all about and read some of the details about your project. But this class is designated with integrated learning, so we're trying to get you out there into the community and out there into the world to do some public-facing work around the concept of the class and through the lens of our discipline of cultural studies. So click on this link, explore it a little bit, see past student projects. You'll be preparing an exhibit. You can do it individually or with a group. There will be some group work in this class. There will occasionally be quizzes. I don't do exams, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll do different kinds of assessment. And I don't typically do video lectures, but my plan is to do a short video introduction each week to accompany the introduction to each module. So I will see if folks are interested. This class was marked asynchronously, so we don't all have a common window of availability, but if people are interested in a synchronous session where we all get together and chat about that week's reading or the assignments, then we can do that and I can record it, and those who can't attend are welcome to take a look at it later. So I'll talk with you more about that as we go. All right, let's look at modules and then we'll wrap it up. So you'll see that you need to join Slack. So please do that. The invitation is in here. You click on it. That's how we're going to communicate. I'm seriously not going to email and I'm not going to use Canvas message. And there are reasons for that, which we can talk about a little bit more later. But Slack is easy to use. If you've ever used Discord, it's pretty similar. You also need to download the Grammarly browser extension. It's free. You snag it through it just attaches to your browser. So if you have Chrome, that's probably the best one to use. And then here's a tutorial on Canvas if you haven't used it before. This is a course-specific, a course toolbox with different things in it. The things that I put in here are things that you're going to refer to more than once per quarter. So you'll see stuff like the syllabus, my office hours are right here, the Slack invite, some self-care resources, and all of that kind of stuff. So scroll down and take a look at that. These are some readings that are going to be crucial to our class time together. And then you'll have a digital toolbox. So right here is this thing is a digital tools overview. And this is where I talk about all the tools that we're going to be using in class, why I chose them, which is not to annoy you, actually. It's to actually make our lives easier and to help us feel more like a classroom community, even though we can't bring our bodies to class. And there'll be tutorials as well. So if you've never heard of some of these tools or you haven't used them, then that's okay. They're going to be tutorials and they'll always be in this box right here where you can find them. The other cool thing is there's Wi-Fi available at the ARC. So you can click on that to find out how to access it. There's a Zoom etiquette for Cascadia, so please check out that. And then how to log into Zoom. That we can troubleshoot that together too. If you have trouble, just DM me through Slack. A list of hotspots in Washington State. And then here's my student Zoom hours, also known as office hours. Come visit me in there. And then if you have tech problems throughout the quarter, here are the 3 places you can go to get some help. This is teacher view, so you're seeing like lots of sneaky stuff that'll disappear when you log in. But here's week 1, and I just want to show you the brief structure of each module so that you see how it's going to be consistent the whole time. I don't hand out a list of assignments with due dates on it, rather everything is embedded in the module. So what you'll see each week is the title, what week number it is, and then the theme. So the theme this week is the overview and getting the course framework. You have an introduction to the material. So you'll see this letter will explain the theme of what's going on. Here, I'll just click on it. So you see the overview and themes, some things and questions to think about, some tips on managing their reading, some notes on time management in general, some information about what the course rhythm will be like, and then a little bit more about the playlist. A little note here at the bottom in closing is that you'll want to pay special attention to the due dates this week. So there will be an assignment that's not due at the usual this coming Monday date that'll be due on Friday, so that I can make sure that you're actually active in the class. Anyone who doesn't complete the assignment is seriously dropped from the class, no joke. So make sure that you do the introduction slides assignment. All right, so scrolling on down, you'll see that what it looks like after that intro is you'll see the music for the week. These are always related to class material. You'll see 1, readings, and here's a list of all the things that you need to read. And then down here is the discussion that you're going to be doing. Every week won't be a discussion forum. I'm going to try to mix it up for you. We're also going to be using Google Docs and be doing a variety of different types of things. But we're going to start with the old familiar discussion board this week. So you'll have to do all these readings, answer some questions, and then respond to some classmates. And that's what it's going to look like every single week. So let me see here. Yeah, so if you need to get in touch, let me go over that real quick and then I'll wrap up. If you need to get in touch, there are several different ways that you can do that. Let me go back up here to show it to you. Okay, so if you click on this about office hours, it'll explain to you. Oh my gosh. Great, here's your nerdy teacher. So these are my Zoom hours. And then these are the ways that you can get in touch. So if you have a general question, please just type it to the Slack general channel, because that way if I'm not there, you'll still have classmates who are around and can probably answer your question even faster than I can. And plus, it'll benefit everyone in the class if you ask it for everyone to hear the answer to. If you have a quick personal question, you can Slack DM me or email me. If you have a more involved question, that might be better for Zoom. So come to office hours or set up an appointment. If these office hours don't work for you, that's totally fine. I would be happy to meet with you at a different time that works for both of us. Just try to get in touch with me at least 6 hours before the proposed meeting time, and we'll see what we can work out. Okay, so that's about it. I'll be posting another video soon that will do some more explaining on the particularities of this week's readings and assignments. And until then, I hope that you are hanging in there, enjoying a little bit of the rain and the clean air. Apparently fall is here, and we'll talk soon. All right, bye. Welcome to class.